Jones Lake State Forest Campground is located west of Lovells, not far from the Hartwick Pines State Park. When you change over to the satellite view on Google Maps, you can see that the campground runs along the road in 3 loops. At first, I was a little thrown off because this campground has 42 sites, but I drove around the first loop and could not find more than what was there, so I drove further up the road and I came to the rest of the sites. There is one sign outside of the campground indicating that there is a campground here, and a small sign saying that the campground costs $20 per night, but not a lot more information other than that on the billboard aside from your typical info. I'm going to go through and take a look at a couple of the sites from each loop here, and the sites themselves are pretty deep, pretty large sites. Plenty large enough for most trailers or pop-up campers, but it's all yard space, so you'd have plenty easy enough time throwing up a pop-up tent as well. There is a fire ring and picnic table available at each site, so no worries there. And each loop has outhouses available, as well as a hand pump for water. The only downfall to most of these sites is that they are fairly sunny, so be prepared to be exposed to that sun, as there's not a whole lot of large tree growth in this campground. The campground itself was not super used. There were a few people here, but not anything overwhelming, and there was not a whole lot of noise. The only caution I would throw is you are not far from Grayling and the military camp, and you will hear possible firearms and cannons being shot off close by due to that. Otherwise, this was actually a fairly quiet campground, and it would definitely be a place to consider if you're looking to be on a lake for some fishing, as it's right on Jones Lake.